Good evening. I'm Dr. Kelly Hutchison, Chair of the Department of Ophthalmology at New York Medical College. It is my honor to serve as the Grand Marshal at the 162nd Commencement Ceremony of New York Medical College, including the second commencement of the Touro College of Dental Medicine. I call upon the arrhythmias to lead us in the national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the balls bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Revered members of the clergy, Board Chair Joseph Mark, members of the Board of Trustees, President Kadish, Chancellor Halperin, deans, administration, and faculty, the candidates are in their places. The New York Medical College and Touro College of Dental Medicine commencement is now in session. Rabbi Moshe Krupka, Executive Vice President, Touro College and University System, will offer the invocation.
Avinu Shabbat our Heavenly Father, bless all those who have assembled here today to rejoice in the commencement exercises of the New York Medical College and the Touro College of Dental Medicine class of 2021. Almighty God, Rofei Chol Baso Mafli La'asos, you are the healer of all flesh, wondrous in your acts. We gather this evening as an academic community and as an extended Touro family to celebrate the achievements of these men and women who have accomplished so much. Before you stand the graduates of 2021, medical doctors, doctors of dental medicine, scientific researchers, health practitioners, and policy scholars, all who stand at the dawn of their chosen careers to bring healing and comfort to your world. Men and women who have dedicated themselves to the great art and science of medicine, dentistry, and healthcare, a destiny, a noble mission. These are extraordinary times. There is great uncertainty as darkness has descended upon our world. We lift our voices to you to bestow upon us your divine light, to dispel that darkness, to provide hope and reassurance as we look to the future. As we gather from afar as an academic community, indeed as an extended family, we ask you to bless this celebration and smile upon the achievements of those who have worked so diligently and accomplished so much, and who have so much more to offer. Watch over our young graduates who go forth to aid and heal others. Bless their efforts, Almighty God, with great success, and keep them safe as they set out as your agents to serve humanity with care and compassion. These dedicated students have worked so incredibly hard. They have toiled long and grueling hours. They have endured sleepless nights to master the intricacies, the complexities, the frailty, and the wonder of your most precious creation, humanity. These students have been nurtured, trained, and mentored by distinguished and devoted faculty, not merely in the details of their science, but they have been imbued with an inspired understanding, a reverence for human life. Dear graduates, we would have loved to all stand physically together today, but the circumstances we find ourselves in do not in any way diminish the pride that we have in you. Your achievements as individuals and as a graduating class are no less profound. The Almighty sees your efforts and knows your hearts, your commitment to helping others. A year ago, when the pandemic swept into our lives unexpectedly, there was only one healthy way to approach the situation: faith and determination. You exemplified both of these characteristics. Your parents, siblings, and friends, your faculty and mentors, all of us at Touro and the New York Medical College are filled with pride and joy as we grasp the talent and the achievement that you represent. Humanity has always faced challenges, and none greater than the one we believe we are emerging from now. Your commitment and this graduation says emphatically that you are part of the solution and will help ensure a bright new tomorrow. We have great faith that all of you will continue to make a difference. May the Almighty provide you with every blessing so that each of you can fulfill your own unique potential and destiny. Amen.
Thank you, Rabbi Krupka. I am pleased to introduce Mr. Joseph Mark, Chairman of the Board of Trustees.
Honored guests, members of the administration, faculty, families, and friends, on behalf of the Board of Trustees, I am pleased to welcome you to this momentous occasion. To the graduates of the class of 2021, I appreciate your disappointment that you are not together in person with your classmates, families, and friends on this very important day in your lives. I would like to acknowledge the unique challenges each of you has faced over this past year. I also want to acknowledge the extraordinary efforts and contribution of our faculty administration over this most difficult year to ensure that we were able to maintain our commitment to provide a superb education within a safe environment. This was not an easy task, and on behalf of the board, I thank you. And now to the class of 2021. You have each demonstrated a remarkable aptitude that will travel with you on your new journey in medicine, dentistry, public health, research, physical therapy, speech pathology, epidemiology, biostatistics, or whatever endeavor you choose. Your academic achievements, dedication, and desire to make the world a better place may bring you to some far-off wonderful places, but we hope you will always maintain close in heart and spirit to New York Medical College and the Touro College of Dental Medicine. On behalf of all of us at New York Medical College and the Touro College and University system, allow me to wish you all the best for a lifetime of success, health, and happiness. Congratulations.
Thank you, Mr. Mark. I would like to take a moment to recognize the Golden Legacy Society alumni from the class of 1971 who have joined us online 50 years later to help celebrate this commencement. I'm pleased to introduce Chelsea Banks, candidate for the MD degree from the New York Medical College School of Medicine, who will give the student address.
Congratulations to the class of 2021. My name is Chelsea Banks, and I'm one of the graduating students from NYMC's School of Medicine. It is my honor today to deliver a commencement address to this incredible student body. I grew up in the suburbs of Long Island and later took a voyage out of New York to complete my undergraduate studies at Vanderbilt University. However, I always knew I wanted to return home for medical school, and thus my quest began. I was on the hunt for a place that would accept and embrace me for who I am. Back in the days when we would do in-person visits for interviews, I remember driving up to Valhalla and seeing freshly fallen snow on the ground. I had just come from 70-degree southern weather, but there was an essence that already felt like home. I met wonderful deans, faculty, staff, and students throughout the day, but it was the many interactions with students that really sealed the deal for me. They spoke fondly about how much they all learned from one another and how they were able to stick together to make it through the complexities that school presented. I knew then that New York Medical College was able to foster the connection I was looking for, so at last, back to New York I went to start yet another journey. My fondest memories over the last 4 years include some of the most amazing people from the NYMC community. We have celebrated everything together, every birthday, every exam, every accomplishment. I remember the countless study days we spent in Barnes & Nobles, where we would learn from one another, drink lots of coffee, and push each other to be better. I remember all the amazing adventures with SNMA, our trip to see Black Panther, precious moments in Harlem, welcome barbecues, countless brunches, and so much more. However, it was during times of tragedy that I personally found my community to work tirelessly to comfort and support me. The community at NYMC is not like any other that I've had the privilege of belonging to. This community is more like a family and has allowed me to meet some of the most intelligent, strong, passionate, and hardworking people, and I am proud to call them my tribe. As we journey into our next chapter of life, I know I will always have this tribe to call on and will forever remember all the lessons we learned along the way. NYMC has been a roller coaster full of joyous moments, as well as some of the hardest challenges we have ever had to face. This year has proved challenging for many people and has given us a unique perspective as students. From the pandemic that COVID-19 has presented us to the surgence of the Black Lives Matter movement, the world around us has transformed. We were asked to stop going to clinical rotations, forced to figure out new virtual platforms for classes, and face new difficulties continuing our work in our laboratories. However, this did not stop us as we jumped at the opportunity to help. Some of us worked on the COVID-19 volunteer force, while others joined task forces to address specific areas within anti-racism, anti-bias, and health inequities. There were students who continued to raise money for Haiti for a DPT mission trip, and many others who upheld National Public Health Week with fundraisers that helped provide the youth with food throughout the Westchester County. Others in the community were providing free dental care to veterans and children through Smiles events. Students throughout the college returned to work clinically, all while spreading kindness and respect during such a vulnerable era. Additional students returned to their respective laboratories to research new ways to continue to make change. We, as an NYMC community, quickly swung into action, which continuously demonstrates the dedicated people you will find here. We have taken pride in the great work we have achieved, including our very own Dr. Maral Havadifier, Doctor of Physical Therapy, class of 2015, who has gone on to gain Super Bowl credit as the assistant strength and conditioning coach for the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. It is amazing how far we've come and how pivotal our time at NYMC has been. We have overcome so many unforeseen trials and tribulations, but one thing I've learned about this community is that we are always striving for more. Today, as we all graduate with our respective degrees, I dare us to use these degrees to leave a legacy for generations to come. Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. once said, "We must remember intelligence is not enough. Intelligence plus character, that is the true goal of education." We were provided with the tools necessary to develop our knowledge here. Our character enrichment comes from the people that make up the NYMC community. This community challenges one another to be better, and this can be seen in many different forms. This can be seen within our labs, in our classrooms, or even with our patients. We are encouraged to show compassion and humanism within all of our interactions and relationships throughout life. This unique emphasis allows us to garner the true goal of education, and as such, enriches us to be the best versions of ourselves. As we graduate, I challenge us to remember the good work we have done here should not stop today. We should look for the causes of disease, innovate new treatment plans, strengthen the public health sector, combat health disparities, and continue to break barriers in research, and above all, to continue to treat others with love and kindness. It is my hope that as we strive for excellence, we will truly leave our mark for future generations. I challenge all of us to continue to evolve into fearless warriors that children will look up to one day, and to uphold the lessons we've learned. I look forward to hearing all of our new perspectives we gain and wonderful stories when we return for our future reunions. Best of luck to everyone in this next chapter, and again, congratulations to the class of 2021.
Thank you, Chelsea. I would now like to welcome the Chair of the Department of Family Medicine, Dr. Lori Solomon, who will introduce our 2021 commencement speaker.
Catherine D. DeAngelis has served as Division Chief of General and Adolescent Pediatrics at Johns Hopkins and Vice Dean of Academic Affairs and Faculty. She co-authored the textbook Pediatric Primary Care. In 1999, she became the first pediatrician and first woman to be named Editor-in-Chief of the Journal of the American Medical Association. Her memoir, Pursuing Equity in Medicine, One Woman's Journey, has been described as a must-read, witty, politely irreverent, frightening, poignant, and inspiring. we welcome this member of the National Academy of Medicine and post-chair of the American Board of Pediatrics, Dr. Catherine D. DeAngelis.
New York Medical College, Chancellor Halperin, various deans, faculty, friends, family, and most importantly, you 560 students from the various schools. You know, I can't see you, but I can imagine what you look like. I'm speaking to the students now. I imagine that I have clothes older than most of you. And I know that you didn't come here today to listen to me. So I'm going to make my remarks quite brief, but I want to impart to you just a few things that I've learned from my very long career in medicine as a physician, also with a public health career. I also had a nursing career to start. So I'm going to try to impart these things I've learned, and I'm going to try to do it as much as I can with stories. So there were these two guys on a train in Italy, and the one guy says to the other, he says, "Scusa, what's your name?" He says, "My name is Giuseppe Pascolini. What's your name?" "Hey, my name is Giuseppe Pascolini. Where you from?" "Oh, I'm from Palermo. Where you from?" "I'm from Palermo too. How you spell your name?" So the guy takes out a pen, makes an X. He says, "How you spell your name?" This guy takes out a gold pen, makes two X's. So this guy says, "Scusa, you Giuseppe Pascolini. I'm Giuseppe Pascolini. You from Palermo. I'm from Palermo. How come I only get one X, you get two?" He says, "Oh, I'm a Giuseppe Pascolini, MD. Now, I'm picking on the medical students here. I hope you don't mind and using you as an example. There's an example of these guys can't even, the guy especially, the two X's, can't even spell his name, but he's got an MD and he gets two X's. And that shows the prestige with which all of you are going to have the prestige once you graduate, from physicians to public health workers, your researchers, all of you. I don't want to mention all your schools because I'm sure I'll miss one and I don't want to do that. Now, one of the things you have to understand, and again, I'm going to pick on the physicians, is when you finish, if you have a tag, for example, the physicians have your name and then MD. That says MD, not MD. So you don't pretend that you're better than anyone because you're really not. You're luckier and you're more blessed than the average person. And I'm speaking to all of you 560 students because you've been blessed with what it takes to achieve the degree that you will receive today. Now, with these blessings and with this prestige comes a great responsibility. And part of that responsibility is that you can't always like the people for whom you care, the clinicians, the people for whom you work and with whom you work. You can't always like them, but you really certainly should always love them and treat them with respect. Now, for the clinicians, just think of the prestige and the power you have. I mean, the clinicians, you tell people to take off their clothes and they do. It's amazing. And many of them are much older than you. Some of you will see a baby before the mother or father sees it. Just think about that, because you have to know that every time a baby is born, it's proof that God hasn't given up on the human race. And for some of you, you will be the last face they see before they die. Now, you have a stewardship that's associated with your profession and the position that you will hold. And that's a professionalism. You have to treat the people for whom you care and your colleagues with respect. And always, as clinicians and as researchers, you must protect patients. And you shouldn't accept anything that you don't earn. You don't get involved in a conflict of interest with big pharmaceutical companies, medical devices, or anybody who tries to give you gifts, trying to get you to do something that you know is not right. Now, the other thing is, one of my pet peeves is that you will allow people to call you a provider. I don't know why every Jewish mother in the world, and at least in the United States, doesn't end up in arms. Can you imagine? I want you should meet my son, the provider. It doesn't work. And it doesn't work for us either, because that term provider was a term that was determined by business people, because you can manipulate providers. It's harder to manipulate clinicians and researchers. Now, the other thing, and this is meant for all of you, you can't always cure. You can't always come up with research for curing something. You can't always clinically care for patients and cure them, but you can always care. And in caring, there is healing. And that's really what we're all about. Now, it's not enough to be smart. You could be brilliant. And if you don't have compassion and you don't love what you're doing, you're not very good at your profession or your position. Also, for the clinicians, always give the patients hope. And for the researchers, always have hope that your research will come up with something that will help people. But the most important thing is for you to have compassion. Now, I'm going to tell you a story that I think very much epitomizes what your whole life is going to be about. There was this village, and there was this very wise woman in the village. Yes, there are very wise women. Now, people in this village would come to this wise woman and ask for her advice all the time. In fact, once a week, she would meet in the big hall and people could ask her advice and she would give it. Now, there were a group of teenage boys who were annoyed by this. They said, she's not that smart. Why does everybody respect her? And one of the boys said, I'm going to prove she's wrong, because at the next meeting, I am going to go to the meeting and I'm going to hold a bird in my hand. And I'm going to ask her, great wise woman, is the bird in my hand alive or dead? And if she says the bird is dead, I'll open my hands and it'll fly away, proving she's wrong. Now, if she says the bird is alive, I'm going to squeeze my hands and crush the bird so it will be dead. I'll open my hands and it will show a dead bird. Oh, the boys thought that was pretty clever. So the next meeting, they went there and this smart aleck teenage boy goes up to her and he says, oh, wise woman, is the bird in my hand dead or alive? And she looks at him and she says, my dear son, the answer is in your hands. And what I say to each of you, how you practice, how you work, how you cure, how you heal, how you discover is in your hands, no one else's. And so I say to you, good luck. Walk proudly with love in everything you do. And I wish you all Godspeed. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. DeAngelis. I call President Alan Kadish to offer his remarks and to confer the degrees upon the class of 2021.
Good afternoon, graduates, honored guests, esteemed faculty, administration, family, and friends. Welcome to New York Medical College's commencement exercises. I regret that we can't all be together in person, but as you all know, circumstances dictate that we must remain socially isolated. Nevertheless, regardless of where you are watching, know that we are all together in spirit on this exciting day. I want to thank Dean Amler, Dean Holtz, Provost for Research, Dr. Amar, for all their hard work in bringing us to this day. Along with all of you, I'm delighted to celebrate the achievements of our graduates and to recognize those who have supported their goals and believed in their dreams every step of the way. Parents, children, partners, family, and friends. They know how the graduates have persevered and been determined through the pandemic. Today we have graduates from New York Medical College's Schools of Medicine, Graduate School of Basic Sciences, and School of Health Sciences and Practice, and graduates of the Touro College of Dental Medicine. A wide range of programs and degrees with many differences, but even more things that are held in common: commitment and values. These are the laurels of our graduates, and they should never be taken for granted. Higher education and science in particular take pains to be inclusive of men and women spanning all cultures and religions. Nowhere is this more evident than at New York Medical College. We are part of the largest collection of medical and health science schools under Jewish auspices in the nation. While similar institutions have historically had quotas that did not favor certain races and religions, at New York Medical College, such a notion is antithetical to everything we hold dear. We were one of the few medical schools to admit women early and the very first to have a scholarship dedicated to minority students. When New York Medical College came under the sponsorship of the Touro College and University system, our goals were aligned. We believe that education for all people is the most vital and practical approach to building a better world. This past year has been unlike any other. The COVID pandemic has had an extraordinary impact not only on institutions of higher education, but especially on healthcare students and healthcare workers, increasing stress and related issues for healthcare workers, highlighting the interaction between personal responsibility and professional responsibility, and underscoring inequities in healthcare have all been unique challenges that we faced during the COVID pandemic. While people in all walks of life were impacted socially and psychologically by the pandemic, there has been a huge additional impact on the workload that healthcare practitioners have been forced to carry and an interruption in the education of healthcare students. This has increased the risk for anxiety, burnout, depression, and moral distress, and even post-traumatic stress disorder. Under usual working conditions, burnout is a problem with 33% of ICU nurses and 45% of ICU physicians potentially suffering from burnout. But this all has become much worse during the COVID pandemic. We've had to learn to persevere in times of stress, in times of interruption of education, and those lessons are ones that can be taught for the future. The reality has made it clear that in the future, physicians and other healthcare providers must prepare themselves for challenges similar to COVID. We can't shirk this responsibility. This is our chosen profession, and as pandemics and health crises occur, we have to step up and rush in to put out the fire. Mindful of that, we must develop programs to support healthcare providers through times of crisis. Secondly, as a medical school and as a medical community, we are forced to decide for both students and healthcare workers how to balance risk to healthcare workers, and our duty to patients. The interruption in education for healthcare students due to the COVID-19 pandemic has highlighted this issue. And in some cases, perhaps, we haven't taught students the right lesson. Medicine is a noble profession with a clear responsibility to our patients. Of course, we have to protect our own health, but we have to balance that protection against our responsibility to heal our patients. Our responsibility as a healthcare community has never been needed more than during the COVID pandemic. And if you're training to be healers, then in times of need, you must use that training to do precisely that. Finally, as physicians, we have a responsibility to make certain that everyone has equal access to healthcare and to health. I'm reminded about a quote from Dr. Martin Luther King, who said, "Injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere. We are caught in an inescapable network of mutuality, tied in to a single garment of destiny. Whatever affects one directly affects all indirectly." King could well have been talking about the healthcare system. The existing healthcare disparities need to continue to be a focus of what we address at New York Medical College and as a healthcare community. In the past, there's no question that those disparities impacted population health, and they continue to do so today. It's our responsibility to not let that continue. None of these issues are going away, even when the pandemic abates. Each of these issues, disparities, personal and professional responsibility, and health in response to a crisis, need to be focused on. Soon, many of you will be asked to take an oath or a pledge. I urge you to listen seriously to the words and take them seriously, because in these times, our responsibility to society is enormous. Hippocrates, when he initially developed the oath, focused on physicians not doing harm. But in today's society, with the degree of social and health rupture that has occurred, both before and during the pandemic, not doing harm is not enough. We must do good, and that lesson needs to be learned and relearned. The Talmud has a story about how children, before they are born, are given instructions to be righteous and not evil. And that even if everyone tells them that they are righteous, they should not listen. The message is we can always do better. And in these times, when the internet has promulgated myths and hatred, when hate crimes have been increasing, when racism is at best not gone, and at worst, rearing its ugly head in places we've never seen it before, when anti-Semitism, a long history of murder, continues, we need not just not to do harm, but we need to do good. When you embarked on your graduate school journey, you made a series of choices. One was to choose New York Medical College. We believe it was a wise choice. Here we prepare students to help repair the world. This is indeed a lofty goal, not to be taken lightly. For the rest of your lives, you students will have an opportunity to be healers in a society that truly needs healing. Never has that been more true today. As alumni of New York Medical College, we will always be with you. We ask you to always feel part of the New York Medical College and Touro family. It's going to be a challenge in the future, but we believe that with the training and education you've received here, you're going to be up to it. Make us proud, and good luck in the future. You've made it through a complicated time. Things will get easier from here. Congratulations. Students, wherever you find yourselves, please rise. Upon the recommendation of the faculty of the School of Health Sciences and Practice, the Graduate School of Basic Medical Sciences, the School of Medicine at New York Medical College, and the Touro College of Dental Medicine at New York Medical College, and by virtue of the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees of New York Medical College and of the Touro College system, as well as the Board of Regents of the State University of New York, I hereby confer upon the class of 2021 the degrees of Master of Science, Doctor of Physical Therapy, Master of Public Health, and Doctor of Public Health in the School of Health Sciences and Practice, the degrees of Master of Science and Doctor of Philosophy in the School of Basic Medical Sciences, the degree of Medical Doctor at the New York Medical College School of Medicine, and the DDS degree at the Touro College of Dental Medicine, to those students who've been recommended with all the rights and responsibilities that are associated with those degrees. Congratulations, class of 2021. Do us proud.
Welcome to the Graduate School of Basic Medical Sciences Award Ceremony and celebration of the graduates of the class of 2021. I am grateful for this opportunity to celebrate all of our GSBMS graduates and to honor some outstanding award recipients as well as a faculty honoree chosen by the Graduate Student Association. Thank you for joining us in the virtual recognition of the achievements of all of our amazing graduates. First, I would like to congratulate all of our 2020-2021 GSBMS PhD and master's degree candidates. Please join me in a virtual round of applause. As Dean of the Graduate School, it is a special honor and a pleasure to congratulate you all on achieving this important milestone. Congratulations to all family members and friends, and thank you for your support of our graduates. Congratulations and many thanks to our NYMC faculty members. As a member of the cell biology faculty, I know firsthand that faculty members, we all share in the rewarding experience of seeing our students reach the completion of their degrees. I thank you for your excellent support of our students. On behalf of the Graduate School of Basic Medical Sciences, I would like to extend our genuine gratitude to NYMC staff and administration who support our students from their arrival on campus to their graduation. It is truly a great joy to work with our students. Thank you for your service to the Graduate School and to our students throughout the year. Before we begin our program, I would like to mention a few housekeeping items. We will have a few distinguished speakers, followed by an award ceremony. A number of congratulatory greetings from faculty, staff, and students will follow. I will give my dean's concluding remarks. At the very end of the program, we will conduct our PhD hooding ceremony, and I will then award the degrees and present the GSBMS graduates of the class of 2021. We have a tradition of presenting a special gift to each speaker, a monetary award to the graduating award recipients, and a graduation gift from the dean to each of the GSBMS graduates. We will continue this tradition in a different way this year. Under the current circumstances, it is difficult to present gifts personally. So this year, our plan is to mail the gifts to students before the end of the summer, for those who cannot be here in person. Although the presentation may be a little bit less personal, please accept these gifts with our genuine congratulations and best wishes as you move to the next phase of your career. We have two student speakers who will offer valedictory remarks representing our master's and PhD programs. First, let me introduce Caitlin Martins. Caitlin joined New York Medical College after earning her undergraduate degree in integrative neuroscience at Binghamton University. She earned her master's degree in basic medical sciences and has been accepted to medical school this fall. Her master's literature review was written on the digestive system, a primary target of destruction by SARS-CoV-2, a timely topic. Dr. Shekhar Bakshi was her advisor, and Dr. Frank Bellany was a reader. While enrolled in the master program here at NYMC, Caitlin was also a frontline healthcare worker throughout the peaks of the COVID-19 pandemic at St. Francis Hospital in Roslyn, New York. It is a pleasure to welcome Caitlin Martins, Masters of Science.
Good morning and welcome to administration, faculty, parents, relatives, and fellow graduates. Despite the many obstacles placed in front of us over the last year and a half, we have made it to this moment, our master's commencement. This moment is the culmination of months of long study hours, thesis writing, and for many, volunteer experiences, as well as clinical work, in between buying toilet paper in bulk and teaching our families TikTok dances. It is the result of staying closely connected to our studies while 6 feet apart from everything else. We have worked and studied hard to get to this place right now, and you should all feel immense pride. Regardless of your next steps, this diploma has been well earned and will open doors of opportunities should you seek them. Graduation, however, is still just a stepping stone. Wherever the future takes you, let these accomplishments here today be the launching points for your future accomplishments. Though I am disappointed in the little time I've been able to share with my classmates over the last year and a half in person, you have never ceased to inspire me with your strong work ethics, scientific perspectives, and desire to go out and make the world better than you found it, even if all over Zoom and from behind a screen. I, like many of you, have known from a young age that I wanted to one day be a doctor. I knew when I graduated from my undergraduate college that I wanted to seek continued education in the sciences prior to applying to medical school. New York Medical College has pushed me academically and provided me the tools to succeed while also allowing me to further my love and curiosity in medical sciences. I'm forever grateful for this experience, as well as the lifelong friends I have made along the way. One thing that the COVID-19 pandemic has shown me without a doubt is that what the world needs now more than ever is hardworking individuals who believe in the powers of science and public health. While many would expect this climate to make people shy away from entering into these fields, we have answered the call to help. We worked toward a better future at a time when no one knew what the future held. So whether your next steps are medical school, dental school, PA school, research, etc., I'm excited to see where life takes us next, and I'm anticipating all the incredible achievements and contributions my peers will make to the futures of science and medicine. Go and be inspired to change the world for the better. If we can survive those histology and cell biology exams, we're ready for anything. I'm already prouder just to know you and call you my peers, my colleagues, and my friends. Congratulations, class of 2021. Not all superheroes wear capes. Some of them graduated from New York Medical College.
Thank you, Caitlin. Next, it is a pleasure to introduce Hannah Mulhall. Hannah joined New York Medical College as a PhD student in microbiology and immunology. She earned her BA degree from Mount St. Mary College in Newburgh, New York, where she studied biology. Her hometown is in Holbrook, Long Island, New York. Hannah studied under the direction of her advisor, Dr. Solomon Amar. Her dissertation was entitled Akkermansia mucinifila ameliorates the host response to Porphyromonas gingivalis-induced experimental periodontist. Hannah has served as the first author in a number of published articles and has won several awards for her oral and poster presentations. Hannah is planning to pursue a career in the pharmaceutical industry. Please join me in welcoming Dr. Hannah Mulhall.
Thank you, Dr. Holtz, for your introduction. It's an honor to have been selected to be the PhD speaker and get to address the class of 2021, as well as some of our 2020 graduates. First, I would like to say congrats to my fellow graduates. This past year has had no shortage of hardships, You all have accomplished so much, and today is a day to celebrate. On behalf of my fellow graduates, I would also like to extend our profound appreciation to our families and friends. Without their unwavering support, this journey would not have been possible. I joined the PhD program at New York Medical College 6 years ago. And between graduate school and my undergraduate degree, I've spent more than a decade in higher education. And the biggest lesson I've learned during this time is that you have to find joy in your work. Now, that's not to say that you have to love everything that you do. Believe me, there's many days that I do not love research. Often I've left the lab feeling defeated. Experiments do not work all the time. Your results don't always make sense. There's that third reviewer who doesn't think that your paper is worthy of publication. And there's more self-doubt than I'm willing to admit. But some days, everything works out. All your experiments go according to plan. You can make sense of your data, and for a small bit of time, you've made this discovery that only you know about. And to me, there's no greater feeling than this. On average, we'll spend a third of our lives at work. Now, that's roughly 70,000 hours if I've done the math correctly. Don't just spend this time going through the motions. Enjoy and take pride in what you do. Make a life for yourself, not just a living. My hope for all of us graduates is we find a way to take what we're passionate about and turn it into a career, one that we can enjoy most of the time. I hope that we will have the support system we need to achieve this. I've truly been fortunate to have my family who supported me throughout my entire journey. Without my parents and my fiance, none of this would have been possible for me. I hope that we will have mentors who will help to steer us in the right direction, to help us make the tough decisions and encourage us to learn from our failures. I'm so thankful to the many faculty members at New York Medical College, specifically those in the microbiology and immunology department, and my mentor, Dr. Solomon Amar, who have taught me so much more than just how to be a scientist. The lessons I've learned at New York Medical College have shaped me into the person and the scientist that I am today, and I will carry them with me forever. In closing, again, I would like to say congrats and good luck. I hope we all get to do what we love.
Thank you, Caitlin and Hannah, for your heartfelt speeches. It is now time to present the Graduate Student Association Honored Faculty Award. At our annual Graduate Student Research Forum, the GSA honors a faculty member chosen by the GSA membership, who has been an important teacher and mentor to students. Harry Heron, Graduate Student Association President, will present the 2021 Graduate Student Honored Faculty Award.
Hi, my name is Harry Horan, a Master's of Science in Basic Medical Sciences student, as well as President of the Graduate Student Association. I am pleased to present the Graduate Student Association Honored Faculty Award, which is presented to a faculty member who has been a great professor, advisor, and inspiration to GSA members. This year's award goes to Dr. Brian Ratliff, Department of Physiology. GSA members wish to honor Dr. Ratliff for his ability to keep students engaged during lecture, as well as provide support for them after class. It is a pleasure to present this honor. Thank you, Dr. Ratliff, for your service to the GSBMS students.
Hello, graduates of 2021. Let me start off by congratulating all of you for the many things that you have accomplished the last few years to get to this day and to this point in your life. It takes a lot of hard work to earn your master's and or PhD. So I applaud all of you for what you have accomplished, and I implore you to take the time to be proud of yourselves. We only graduate so many times in life, so revel in this experience while it's here. In this speech, I'm supposed to reflect on my experiences with all of you. I could, of course, talk about the graduate physiology course that I am director of, which many of you, but not all of you, have taken during your time here at New York Medical College. But obviously, I do not have personal experiences with each and every one of you during your time here at the Medical College. So this got me thinking. The vast majority of you are millennials or are Generation Z, with most of you around your mid-20s in age. While you guys are young and just at the beginning of your professional lives and careers, what your generation has already experienced as a whole will inevitably impact you as you immerse into your promising futures. I must admit, when I think about such overall generational life experiences, I am often brought back to the many conversations that I used to have with my father. My father was born in the early 1930s. During his life, he witnessed many monumental moments in this world. He was born at the end of the Great Depression. He experienced the fears of World War II and the death of 75 million people that occurred during that horrible war. He witnessed the ushering in and eventual common use of cars, televisions, indoor toilets, and commercial air travel. He was around for the civil rights and women's rights movements of the 1950s and 1960s, and ultimately witnessed the innovation of computers and the internet. But what about you guys? What has your generation witnessed? And what have you guys experienced in the last 25 years? I quickly realized you guys have experienced a tremendous amount yourselves already. While you were very young, many of you were still old enough to remember the terrorist attacks that occurred on September 11th in 2001, and how that changed the world forever. You have observed the wars that our country has fought in Iraq and Afghanistan as part of the war on terrorism. You and your families experienced the economic collapse of 2008. You witnessed the election of the first African American to presidency of the United States, the recent election of the first woman to the position of Vice President of the United States, the racial awakening in 2020, and of course, the COVID-19 pandemic. In the fields of science and medicine, the breakthroughs in the last 25 years have been astronomical. The entire human genome was finally mapped out in 2003, which set the stage for our understanding and treatment of many different diseases. Continued advancement of stem cell therapy and hormone replacement therapies are now at a point that was never dreamed of 25 years ago. Death due to heart disease has dropped by 40% in the last 25 years due to advances in medical technologies and treatments. The therapeutic strategies for individuals with HIV have also been improved drastically. For instance, in 1996, a 20-year-old with HIV very rarely lived to the age of 25. Now in 2021, that same 20-year-old with HIV is expected to live well into their 70s. Yes, science has changed the world considerably in the last 25 years. We now have the 3D printing of body parts, the construction of artificial bladders, the generation of the artificial pancreas, and even the creation of a bionic eye that has the potential to give sight to the blind. Indeed, this is an exciting time to be alive and to witness all these marvelous medical breakthroughs and scientific advancements. This is an exciting time to be in the sciences, as all of you are. But much work is still needed in the area of medical breakthroughs, and it is all of you that we depend on to make those new discoveries, to make the new medical advancements that we still need. Many of you will go on to pursue careers in science in some regard, perhaps in research, perhaps in education, or some other science-related field. Others of you will go on to become physicians and dentists. It is all of you that will dictate how science will continue to evolve and all the new breathtaking discoveries that will occur in the future, in the next 40 to 50 years. Will we have a cure for cancer and Alzheimer's? Will an amputee be able to regrow a missing limb? Will treatments for mental illness be approved? Will the cost of health insurance and healthcare continue to rise, making it increasingly difficult for the average American to afford? These are just a few questions of the many obstacles and questions that you guys will face and attempt to resolve. And as you set out to accomplish what has never been accomplished before, let's not forget the words of Walt Disney, who said, "If you dream it, you can achieve it." Going back to the instructions that I was given for this speech, it was recommended that I offer you guys some wisdom for the future. Now, I am by no means the ideal person to be giving advice to someone just starting off on their future endeavors. But I will try, and thus I will give you my 5 secret tips that I hope will help you to become successful in the future and to obtain what it is that we all desire: happiness. Number 1, exercise. You might be wondering why exercise is on this list. Our health and the health of those around us is very important. It's essential. Many say that without our health, what else do we have? Yes, exercise increases endorphins and enkephalins in our body, which gives us that feel-good feeling. But also, the therapeutic benefits of exercise are phenomenal. Exercise has a profound effect on both the prevention and treatment of over 35 different chronic conditions and diseases. For example, exercise has been shown to dramatically reduce the risk of Parkinson's disease, Alzheimer's, multiple sclerosis, diabetes, heart disease, stroke, pulmonary disease, arthritis, and even cancer. In regard to cancer, it is estimated that over 7 million lives could be saved each year if exercise was more widely adopted. Our society has constantly been in search of the magic pill, that cures us of diseases and allows us to live long, healthy lives. It sounds like that magic pill is actually exercise. It's estimated that exercise can reduce the occurrence of many chronic diseases by almost 85%, while the best that pharmacological prophylaxis offers is just a 34% reduction in risk. So please exercise. Number 2, be caring, compassionate, and respectful. I think this is great advice for life in general. Having these exact attributes are a great testament to our character. Too many times people are just too simply inconsiderate and not caring for others. Last year in 2020, with all the adverse events that occurred in our country, we saw the goodness of many people, but we also saw the evil of people as well. The world can always use more love, compassion, and understanding. And as it turns out, these same attributes can help you be successful and achieve your goals in the professional world. We need people in our lives. We need people to help us succeed in life. Treating people with kindness, understanding, and respect will truly allow you to connect with others, to make friends, to gain important contacts in the professional world, and help you accomplish what it is you set out to do. So don't burn bridges. Be a good person and treat others with respect. Being kind to others helps us on so many different levels, both professionally, personally, and in all of our relationships. Number 3, be determined and persevere. Without a doubt, all of you are going to fail at various things in your life. That's just the way it is. Embrace your failures and don't let failing get in the way of succeeding. It is when you fail that you really learn not only about what it is that you failed at, but also about yourself. You must continue to believe in yourself. History is stacked full of notable people that failed many times in their lives before achieving something truly marvelous and outstanding. For example, Oprah Winfrey. She was fired from her first TV anchor job before later going on to become the billionaire TV mega superstar and inspiring icon that she is today. Elvis Presley. He was fired and told he never had a chance in music after his first performance at the Grand Ole Opry in Tennessee. Later on, Elvis became the musical legend that we all know him to be. Stephen King, he saw his first novel rejected 30 times by publishers before going on to become one of the best-selling novelists of all times. But probably the greatest example of persistence is Abraham Lincoln. If you want to learn about somebody who didn't quit, look no further. Born into poverty, Lincoln was faced with defeat throughout his life. He lost 8 elections, twice failed in business, and even suffered a nervous breakdown. He could have quit many times, but he didn't, and because he didn't quit, he became perhaps the greatest president in the history of our country. Just imagine what we would have lost if these great individuals had not persevered, remained determined, and continued to believe in themselves when others did not. Yes, we all fail. One final example is Michael Jordan, who is considered by many to be the greatest basketball player to have ever lived. Jordan was cut from his high school basketball team as a teenager and even missed 26 game-winning shots during his NBA career. But he still went on to win 6 world championships. It is Jordan who best sums up failure when he said, "I have failed over and over and over again in my life, and that is why I succeed." Number 4, have a plan and goals in life. This gives you something to work towards and will help you develop a blueprint on how to reach your dreams. Having a plan to achieve success is paramount. And yes, have more than just one plan with your life. Have multiple backup plans. As I just mentioned, we will all fail at many things in life, but that by no means makes us failures. When I was young and naive growing up in Virginia, my plan A was to become a quarterback in the NFL. That obviously didn't work out. So fortunately, I had a plan B, which was to become a rock star. That didn't work out neither. My plan C was to become a millionaire entrepreneur. Again, I failed at that. But thank goodness for my D plan, which was to get my PhD in biomedical sciences and pursue research and medical education. I am now a research scientist and professor here at New York Medical College, a position in which I am able to interact with and educate numerous bright and intelligent young people with such promising futures, who will undoubtedly shape the future of our country. And although it was not my first plan, or not even my second or third plan for my life, it took me a while, but I've realized that this is where I was always meant to be. And finally, number 5, pray. Achieving great things in life, accomplishing the improbable, believing in yourself when no one else does, and coming out on top and succeeding in the end, well, that seems to always require a little bit of good luck and some divine intervention. So those are my 5 tips for success and happiness. To all of you, congratulations. And congratulations to the class of 2021. You made it, and now your journey really begins. I wish you all the best of luck, much prosperity, and an abundance of happiness in your promising futures. And that is all I got.
Thank you, Dr. Ratliff, and congratulations. Now it is my great pleasure to present the Graduate School of Basic Medical Sciences Commencement Awards to a group of outstanding graduates. Our first award is the Martha Lucas Pate PhD Award, established by the Board of Trustees in memory of Martha Lucas Pate PhD, trustee of the college. This award is given annually to 1 or more graduate students who have demonstrated academic excellence and leadership in social and humane concerns in medicine, science, or health. This award goes to Kevin J. Agostinucci, PhD. The Graduate School of Basic Medical Sciences Graduate Faculty Council Award for PhD degree. The Graduate Faculty Council Award is presented annually to 1 or more PhD graduates who have a record of high academic achievement and have best demonstrated noteworthy creativity and leadership in biomedical research. The award goes to Hannah Mulhall, PhD. The Graduate School of Basic Medical Sciences Graduate Faculty Council Award for MD PhD degree. The Graduate Faculty Council Award is presented annually to 1 or more MD PhD graduates who have a record of high academic achievement and have best demonstrated noteworthy creativity and scholarship in biomedical research. The award goes to Alexander A. Mogadam, MD PhD. Next, we have the Graduate School of Basic Medical Sciences Graduate Faculty Council Award for Master's degree. The Graduate Faculty Council Award is presented annually to 1 or more graduates who have a record of high academic achievement and who have best demonstrated excellence in scientific writing, critical analysis, and scholarship. The Graduate Faculty Council Award for MS Literature Review, this award goes to 3 recipients: Madeline Ann Gao, Rebecca Kindler, and Caitlin Martins. And our final award is the Graduate School of Basic Medical Sciences Community Service Award. This award is presented to a graduate student in Master of Science program in the Graduate School of Basic Medical Sciences who has achieved academic excellence and who has excelled in qualities of collegiality, generosity of spirit, and concern for the well-being of others in his or her scientific endeavors on behalf of fellow students, the college community, or the greater community outside of the college. The award goes to Caitlin Gaudio. Congratulations to all awardees. Hello, class of 2021. My name is Dr. Marina Holes, and I am the Dean of the Graduate School of Basic Medical Sciences at New York Medical College. Thank you for joining me for the Graduate School Commencement, Hooding, and Awards Ceremony. I am so excited to be here today celebrating this tremendous milestone with you, and I'm glad we can celebrate this together. First of all, I would like to congratulate all of our graduates. Well done. You have each completed a program with rigorous requirements for graduation, including challenging coursework, original research, and an extensive paper, a master's literature review, master's thesis, or doctoral dissertation, held to high demands of research standards and originality. You chose to pursue a graduate degree because of your intellectual curiosity, professional drive, and pursuit of scientific expertise. During your graduate studies, you were challenged intellectually, emotionally, sometimes even physically, as you spent long hours in the library or the lab. I want to extend a special message of gratitude to your families, spouses, children, and friends who supported you. They are very proud of you, and you all deserve this moment to celebrate your great achievement. You transition to the next phase of your professional careers, and this is a big step. Congratulations to all of our outstanding award recipients. You were nominated for your respective awards by your advisors and program directors because they found your work important and superlative among your very many talented peers. Your academic accomplishments and your service to the NYMC community have not gone unnoticed. I also wish to make a moment to recognize our students for their enthusiastic participation in the Graduate Student Association, for their dedication in a difficult year. Special thanks to Harry Heron, GSA President, and Oshanami Olorife, Chair of the Graduate Student Research Forum. I commend the GSRF team for their creative approach in organizing an innovative virtual research forum, which was very well received. I want to stress that all of these achievements did not come easy, especially this year as you graduate from New York Medical College, more than a year into a devastating viral pandemic, with many lives lost, and with a long road to recovery ahead. Living through a time of chronic emergency and a never-ending crisis takes a toll, and it also reveals your true character, your determination, your hard work, your resilience. You finished your degree while dealing with the emotional, financial, and logistical challenges of living in a pandemic, taking care of sick friends and relatives, homeschooling children, and volunteering your time to help others. I would be remiss if I didn't mention and acknowledge the hard work of the faculty and staff here at the graduate school, who went above and beyond to teach, advise, and support students, and to ensure that you graduate without a setback, while also living in a pandemic, dealing with the same challenges. The value of science in society has never been more evident, as biomedical researchers across the globe work tirelessly to develop, in record time, several highly effective, safe, and life-saving vaccines and treatments, as well as accurate tests to track the virus. The scientific expertise, both experimental and computational, needed to combat this pandemic was recruited from all areas of basic translational and clinical science in academic, clinical, and industrial settings. In addition, data scientists and science writers worked overtime to analyze and interpret data and research studies to clearly present ever-changing information in a way that will increase public understanding of this health crisis. Perhaps there never has been a more important time in modern history to make a commitment to a career in the biomedical sciences, or in any profession where you can apply the critical thinking and problem-solving skills you honed here at New York Medical College. As you move forward into the world beyond the graduate school, I urge you to apply your scientific training to make a difference in your chosen career and in your community with the principles of scientific rigor, compassion, and commitment to ethical practices, deeply engaged with the world around you, working towards a bright future. Thank you for joining the New York Medical College community and for your contributions to the Graduate School of Basic Medical Sciences. We wish you good health, safety, and don't forget to stay in touch. To conclude our celebration, I am pleased to present the graduates of the class of 2021 and the Graduate School of Basic Medical Sciences at New York Medical College. Candidates for degrees in the Graduate School of Basic Medical Sciences, please rise. I have the honor of presenting the candidates for the degrees of Masters of Science and Doctor of Philosophy. I charge you, new graduates, to go forward and contribute to the generation, conservation, and dissemination of knowledge in biomedical sciences and their application in the study of the causes, prevention, and treatment of human disease. You may now be seated. First, let me recognize our PhD and MD-PhD graduates.
Doctor of Philosophy in Biochemistry and Molecular Biology, Chiso Nwokofor. MD-PhD in Cell Biology, Alexander Amir Mogadam. Doctor of Philosophy in Microbiology and Immunology, Christina Diarco. Hannah Mulhall. Doctor of Philosophy in Pharmacology, Kevin Agostinucci. Doctor of Philosophy in Physiology, Nora Nazal Al-Ruwaili.
Now, I will recognize our master's graduates.
Master of Science in Biochemistry and Molecular Biology, Saklain Javed. Master of Science in Clinical Laboratory Sciences, Kristen Julia Grumblat. Elizabeth Fernandez Hidalgo. Master of Science in Microbiology and Immunology, Anthony John Centone. Alexander John Constantine. Ezdahar Abdul Rauf Ghazal. Kevin Mark Kania. Master of Science in Physiology, Chidera Princess Abani. Pamela Papino Wood. Master of Science in Basic Medical Sciences, Jessica Ahn. Dylan Ahan. Janil A.J. Baman. Yedidia Moshe Ben-Avi. Adam M. Bowen. Matthew Harold Brandenburg. Neil Kamal Gadi. Madeline Ann Gao. Caitlin Mary Gaudio. Omar Gobji. Lillian Huang. Rama Ahmad Ibrahim. Julia Noel Khan. Rebecca Kindler. Michelle Lee. Victoria Maximiuk. Caitlin Marie Martins. Nadine Tamara Matari. Emily Elizabeth McAllister. Jessica Sarah McQuaid. Rochelle Mendonça. Brianna Alicia Monserrate. Brian William Morrissey. Hillary Aniuska Ramirez, Francesca Ricciardi, Marvi Shah, Mary Thomas.
I want to say a word about hooding. It is a long-held academic tradition to perform a hooding ceremony for graduate students, especially PhD students. This involves placement of the hood portion of the academic attire on the shoulders of the new graduate. This symbolic action conveys the importance and responsibilities inherent in the academic degree. For the purposes of this virtual ceremony, I now pronounce all graduates officially hooded as graduates of the Graduate School of Basic Medical Sciences.
I'm honored to present Dr. Alexander Mogadam. Congratulations.
Congratulations. Introducing Dr. Hannah Mohol.
Congratulations. Introducing Dr. Kevin Augustinucci.
It is now my pleasure to present the heartfelt congratulatory greetings from members of the NYMC community, faculty, staff, and student organizations.
Hey everyone, Elizabeth Berry here, 5th year PhD student in Dr. Leonard's lab, and I just wanted to congratulate all of our graduates. It was truly great getting to know each and every one of you, all the master's students in biochemistry that I got to tutor, and all of my fellow PhD students. Congratulations and best of luck on your next steps.
Congratulations to all the students of the Graduate School of Basic Medical Sciences. I personally have enjoyed working with so many of you through the years, and I can only imagine all the wonderful things you're going to do for us, for all of us. So I wish you the best that life has to offer. And once again, congratulations.
Dear graduates, I want to congratulate you on achieving a very significant milestone. While the path through this moment wasn't always easy, I'm hopeful that along the way, you found moments of inspiration to keep growing and pursuing your goals. Regardless of what the future holds, I hope that you will keep your heads up high, continuing to learn, explore, and challenge yourself. Congratulations on a well-deserved success.
I'm Elizabeth Ward, Director of International Advisement. I'm proud of you and congratulate you on your graduation from New York Medical College. I hope that all the paths you choose lead to continued happiness and success. Best wishes, class of 2021.
Hi, this is Dr. Tiwari, Graduate Program Director of Microbiology and Immunology. First of all, let me welcome all the family and friends of all the graduates that have done a remarkable job amidst the very difficult circumstances. Congratulations to all of the masters as well as the PhD graduates, and wish you all the best. And keep in mind that you still have a home at New York Medical College in the department. Thank you.
Congratulations to the class of 2021 from the academic support team. We are so excited for you.
Yes, congratulations to all of those who are graduating this year. I know you will do great things.
Congratulations, everybody. Job well done.
Congratulations and wishing you all the best.
Yay, we're proud of you.
I'm Dr. Wu, Biochemistry and Molecular Biology. I'd like to begin by offering congratulations to all our graduates and to welcome family members that have supported you and have accompanied you to celebrate this special day. It has been a true pleasure for me to get to know some of you during the time that you're here at the GSBMS. And so, a few words. One is that I wish you continued success in the next phase of your lifelong journey. Continue your passion for asking questions with lasting values. Be committed in your focus and decisions. Take time to recharge and to refresh, and make a difference in the lives of people by integrating the old and the new. Send me an email wherever you may be going, and let me know how you're doing. Thank you.
Congratulations, Class of 2021. From the Department of Microbiology and Immunology, PhD candidates, thank you for being such great role models to us, and we wish you all the best.
Greetings. I'm Dr. Frank Bellany, Professor of Physiology. I want to congratulate each of this year's graduates from the Graduate School of Basic Medical Sciences. As one of your teachers, it's been rewarding for me to watch you grow in scholarship, knowledge, and intellectual maturity. So I'm very pleased to be able to join you and your families, even in just this small way, in celebrating your achievement, and further, to wish you every success, fulfillment, and joy as you each embark on the next step of your personal life journey.
Hello, this is Dr. Carl Thompson, Professor of Physiology, Program Director for Physiology, and President of the Faculty Senate of New York Medical College. On behalf of the faculty, congratulations on a job well done. We as a faculty are extremely proud of your accomplishments while here at the graduate school. The path was not easy. Few things that are meaningful are easy. You should be proud of your accomplishments as well. This is not the end of your academic and intellectual journey, but just the beginning, thus the term commencement. Take what you have learned, build on it, and never stop learning. You can never know too much. You can know too little. As you move forward in your career, remember we are always here to support you. Again, congratulations and all the best in your next step to a rewarding and wonderful career.
Hello, I'm Debbie Isabella, the coordinator of the Clinical Laboratory Sciences program. And I'm very happy and proud to congratulate our first graduating class of the Masters of Clinical Laboratory Science program. Congratulations, guys, and much success in your future careers.
Hi, this is Carl Hamby, Associate Professor of Pathology, Microbiology, and Immunology at New York Medical College. I wish to congratulate all of our graduates. I know you have worked hard to reach this moment. It was a pleasure getting to know you during your time here at the graduate school. I wish you all the best as you move forward in your careers.
Hello, I and the staff of the Health Sciences Library wish you a hearty congratulations on your achievements this year. Sorry we didn't get to see you in the library as much, but please stop by and visit and let us know how you're doing, and best luck in everything you do.
Greetings, everybody. This is Chris Lennon from the Department of Physiology. I want to congratulate you on a job well done and for persevering in this most extraordinary time of crisis in this past year and a half. So thank you for participating in our research and academic programs at New York Medical College. And I congratulate you all and wish you the best of luck going forward.
Hello, I'm Barbara Lewis, Director of Academic Administration here at the Graduate School. It's been great working with you, and I wish you all the best with your professional endeavors. Congratulations to the graduates, the class of 2021, and we hope you'll stay in touch.
Congratulations, graduates. This concludes our celebration. We wish you all the best in your future endeavors, and we hope that you will stay in touch with the graduate school as you advance through your careers. Thank you.
I invite Dr. Edward Halperin, Chancellor and Chief Executive Officer, New York Medical College, and Provost for Biomedical Affairs, Touro College and University System, to speak.
I would like to offer the graduates a chance to recognize their parents, their families, and their friends who brought you to this special day. Wherever you find yourselves, will the graduates turn and thank your families and friends? Thank you. Founded in 1860, New York Medical College is a 161-year-old community of scholars that exists for the generation, conservation, and dissemination of knowledge about the causes, prevention, and treatment of human disease and disability. This college has adapted to the times whilst remaining true to its core values. In Bryant Park, in Manhattan, there is a large statue which honors our founder, William Cullen Bryant. We know where he stood in the 1850s. Free the slaves, give them the vote, give women the vote, allow workers to form trade unions and collectively bargain with management. When he established New York Medical College, it was, in his time, and remains in our time, a bastion against bigotry in health education and health care. In 1867, we graduated Emily Stowe, the first licensed female physician of Canada. In 1870, we graduated Susan Smith McKinney Stewart, the first Black woman to earn an MD in New York State and the third to do so in the United States. In 1921, Israel Simon Kleiner, a diabetes researcher, became Dean of the School of Medicine. He was the first Jewish dean of a historically majority allopathic U.S. medical school. In 1926, Mary B. Stark of New York Medical College became the first woman to chair a basic science department at a historically majority allopathic medical school. In 1933, Myra Adele Logan received her MD. She would become the first woman to perform open heart surgery in the world and the second Black woman to be elected to the American College of Surgeons. In 1967, Jane Cook Wright, class of 1945, became the first Black woman to be named a dean of a historically majority allopathic U.S. medical school. New York Medical College is a defender of the premise of respect for all. It is a place where there are no hyphenated people or patients. There is no such thing as an illegal or undocumented patient. Human beings are not illegal. Disrespecting people by willfully pronouncing their name, as a former U.S. Senator did in reference to the current Vice President of the United States, is othering people. When people are ill, they are simply our fellow humans in need of our help. And we assert that discrimination against people by trying to place the blame for a pandemic upon them is also evil. At this college, we shall defend the proposition that the world is simply full of our fellow human beings, and sometimes our fellow humans are in need of prompt, expert, and humane medical care. And sometimes we will be the ones in need of that care. We shall always treat others the way we expect to be treated. We know where our founder stood. We know where we stand. And just like that tree that's standing by the water, we shall not be moved. Dear graduates, the faculty of this college has sought ardently to educate. You have sought ardently to learn. We arrive at this day together in partnership. We are proud of what we have jointly achieved. While you have been with us, we have strived to impart both values and knowledge, because wisdom occurs at the confluence of knowledge and values. We confidently send you forth, well prepared by the challenges posed by your respective disciplines. As you go forward, I charge you to commit yourselves to the highest professional and ethical standards, to render to each person the dignity that is rightfully theirs, to remember that you are stewards of the connected human family, to be compassionate to those in need, and to remember with pride New York Medical College and the Touro College and University system, as we will proudly remember you. Godspeed on your journey, young graduates.
Revered members of the clergy, Board Chair Mark, members of the Board of Trustees, President Kadish, Chancellor Halperin, deans, administration, faculty, distinguished guests, graduates, parents, and friends, the 162nd Commencement of New York Medical College and the second commencement of the Touro College of Dental Medicine is concluded. Yes, 162nd in 161 years, as we had a double commencement in 1975. Congratulations, graduates.